Hello everyone and welcome to the British Grand Prix Last of First Challenge here at Silverstone, my home Grand Prix. I've actually done a 24-hour race here in real life. I love this track. I lived in Silverstone Village as well for just about a year and I have fond memories of living here. What can I say? What a dream place to live. As we get onto the grid here for the Last of First Challenge, I've done no practice. I'm against 110% AI, the hardest AI in the game on default setup here in the rain conditions at Silverstone. That should be transitioning to slightly less damp conditions as the race goes on. Typical British weather down the inside of the freeze. Can we get down the inside? All the way up the inside of Lando Norris even? Not quite. Locking up the race. Can we go around the outside of him? Yeah, maybe. Hanging on to the outside. Job done. Can we get on the inside of Esteban Ocon, Nico Hulkenberg as well? Yes, we can. Just got to make sure we get slowed down significantly for the apex. Down the gears, running a bit wide. He's going to do the switchback. Ocon's going to be to the outside of us. Now we have to make sure that we get the traction down onto the old pit straight. Changing the configuration in 2010 it was, and then from 2011 onwards they were starting from the new pit lane. I have to say I very much enjoyed the old track, but the new track in my opinion is a bit better. Look at the understeer we're getting. These tyres are really struggling to warm up in these conditions. There's so much understeer. Cars battling side by side. An Alpine and a Ferrari. So critical that we get the rotation here. There's just so little grip and traction on these tyres in this condition. Purple final sector though to round off lap 1. Beautiful, down into the apex, down the gears. Let the car swing out wide. Get early on the power. Lose a bit of downforce, grip, traction, confidence as you fall into the dirt. Yeah, as we get our first corner cut warning of the race. Not ideal in any way, shape or form. But we did get the purple first sector here. Guiding our car into the weather conditions. Trying to keep it tight. Find a gap down the inside of the launch shoulder if we can. Can we get a move done from here? No, we won't. We're going to turn off our battery. Lance Stroll has amazing top speed. Right, down 2 gears. Get the apex hard back to the power. You can see in the high-speed corners, AI are absolutely flying. We are really hanging on here with so much understeer. Just trying to get a mega exit like we do, making the best of the situation in the slipstream of Lance Stroll, deploying the battery, using so much battery. Gotta make this move stick. We're gonna dive it down the inside of Lance Stroll here into Stowe. He hangs it around the outside of us. We're gonna be side by side on the exit, coming up into the final sequence of corners. Still side by side. He's gonna look down the inside. No, he isn't. He's gonna back out of the move, and he lets us conquer P9 on lap 2 of this Silverstone Grand Prix. Across the start-finish line, only 2 tenths away from the fastest lap. You know, probably like 3 or 4, no? I didn't do the maths correctly in the moment. Deep on the brakes, trying to dispatch with this Red Bull as fast as possible. We're not going to be able to get down the inside from there. So we go wide a little bit to set up the exit, keep out of the dirty air. We learn a lesson from last lap. Is the exit going to be good enough? Not quite. We was going to use a bit more battery there, but we decided against it. Oh, Perez thinks about looking down the inside of Gasly as we're squirming around looking for the traction. Again, we're going to go tight here, just trying to get the car away from that dirty air of the car ahead. Gives us the better traction. You see instantly, as soon as we come back into the dirty air of Sergio Perez up ahead, the car squirms around, losing traction, grip, and ultimately that hurts the confidence of the car. If you have the confidence, the grip, the perch, because you can throw the car in, it won't move, it won't lose grip. But while it's losing grip, moving around underneath you can't get under power. You can't put that traction down that we want to in the car. Oh, as we're losing so much time in the understeer there. Did you see that? It was like the car was completely powering on in a straight line. In hindsight, I probably could use a battery and get up the inside of Perez here, but we didn't use it. So we're going to have to deal with that. Maybe have to wait another few more corners to get past him. Also trying to make sure we half manage the tyres. Deep on the brakes, closing so much speed. We're a bit out of position for the second apex though. Doesn't matter, we've got equally really just as good of an exit. No, we didn't in the end. As the turbulence of the car had built up, we lost grip in the medium speed apex of the final corner on the track. In the dry, barely if you consider that a corner. In the rain, it's treacherous as we're sliding the car into the apex. Lovely. Let the car rotate through. Oh, the rear tyres are already starting to lose grip. I can feel it. Right, to make sure we're nice and close, we have to dispatch with Perez this lap. That was much cleaner down on the brakes here. We're going to go wider, cut tighter, carry more speed on the clean line on the inside. Deploying battery. Going to try and stay nice and close in to Cop's corner. Perez looking down the inside of Gasly. Right on the limit on the exit. Down into 7th. You see, we just can't turn the car with the dirty air. Oh, there's a big snap of oversteer from Perez. Or I mean, Gasly up ahead, right in the slipstream, deploying so much battery like we were last lap. Flying down the straight. Can we get the inside? We're going to send it up the inside of 2 cars. Super risky. Hold the car on the apex. We get Perez on the apex. Now side by side with Gasly. Yuki Tsunoda's out the race. We're going around the outside of Gasly. And that is 2 moves done in 1 apex. Just about getting it held, getting it stuck down the inside. That is what we needed to do. 1.5 seconds to Charles Leclerc. We got a bit clean air, so let's see what our pace is like. We say that we missed the apex a little bit, just pushing on too hard to make sure that we nail these next few corners. So much better traction in the clean air. 7 attempts already made to Pierre Gasly behind us. Down the gears into 4th. We can afford to run a bit wider, set up the exit a bit better this time, as we don't have to contend with dirty air of the cars ahead. Lovely. 1.1 seconds to Gasly already. Hard back on the power. 1.4. Let's see what we're going to gain or lose with Mags and Beckett. Trying really hard to not overstress those front tyres. Because we actually lost a bit of time on the entry to Mags and Beckett, but making it back up on the exit was oh so critical. Side by side, Fernando Alonso and a Mercedes up ahead. I'm going to presume that's George Russell. This is what I understand. Hamilton is leading the race. Oh, that was beautiful at apex. .2 seconds now. Sending it through turn 1. Turn 2. Bring the car back over to left. Down the gear. Get it into 3rd gear. Kiss the curb on the inside. Cars are starting to bunch up ahead of us. That's what we like to see. Right. We're improving our sector time even now. We're not quite going to go purple though. Down into Brooklyn's Luffield. Let the car float through the apex. Deploying a little bit more battery. Just desperate to get back to Leclerc as fast as possible here. So hard on the power out of that apex. 9 tenths to Charles Leclerc. We should start picking up a bit of a slipstream, but naturally also dirty air as well. Talk about dirty air, you can see the effect on the understeer already. For those who don't really know, around a second is where I call it like the danger area of the dirty air, where you're not really picking up much slipstream, but you can also be picking up a bit of understeer from the dirty air as well. So if you're faster, you should close in, but you should also expect a bit of wheel spin from the car in this period of the spin. Right, 9 tenths away from Charles. We need to really close into 7 tenths here to maximise that slipstream effect down the straight. Fully committed through turn 1, fully committed through turn 2. Hit the brake, down the gears, bring the car into the apex. Beautiful through the left-hander. Release the brake pedal, let it rotate. Hard back on the power. You see the car's moving around already. This was the 30 I was talking about in the slipstream of Charles Leclerc, hunting down P6 on the default setup against 110%, the hardest AI in F1 23 with no practice prior to this race. Charles Leclerc squirming around. We're looking for the traction grip. We've got 19, 18, 16, 15% on the battery here. Follow him super closely. We need to get him on this lap. Generate some clean air for ourselves. You can see the understeer is fighting the car through there. 4 tenths away. We need to send it through Max and Beckett's, not get caught out by this dirty air though. Put the car in. Just adding so much steering lock. Using the curbs to find some clean air. Oh, all over the grass on the exit. That ruined our momentum. So difficult to get close here. Especially because Charles Leclerc doesn't have dirty air himself. That was a beautiful exit. On the limit. These are going to be some serious on the limit corners. I have an idea. A bit risky. No, it's not going to work. I tried to go so fast around the first apex. I can get up the inside for the second. It works better in the dry than it does in the rain. Right now in the slipstream, there's an opportunity here. We're going to send it with 2 tenths back from Charles Leclerc into Luffield. then into Luffield after. And we do get the move done into P6. Fernando Alonso. Carlos Sainz is up next. Looks like 2 Mercedes on the podium right now. Double British podium. Who do you think is going to be on the podium here at Silverstone this weekend as we pick up a second warning of this last of first challenge? Another warning, that's a 3-second penalty. So we cannot be affording to do that. Right, need to get away from Charles and close up to the back of Alonso as fast as possible. Tyres are definitely in a better operating range now. Still quite a lot of understeer, but much better than it was before. Wow, that was silly. That was a big error. Tried a different line on the entrance to the corner. I think I got marbles on the tyre. That caused a big grip loss. Big time loss as well. Only 4 laps to go in this Silverstone Grand Prix. Hard back on the power out of turn 1. Couldn't have carried any more speed into that corner. What a first sector that was. Took like 4 tenths out of Fernando Alonso. Fully committed into the apex. Down the gear, let the car rotate. Short shift to 4th. Boom, on the exit. Get the power down. 1.5 seconds, closing down, hunting. Our target now is a podium paying positions unless something crazy happens. Down 2 gears. Super aggressive on the exit there. And the entry as well. 1.5 to Fernando Alonso, down to 6. Bring the car to the middle. Bring the car over to the left. Down 2 gears. Use the curb on the inside to help the rotation. Hard back on the power. Hunting down the Aston Martin, who's base for the factory is actually just behind these grandstands, realistically. By a few hundred meters. Literally, their drive from their factory to the track is about a minute. Not even kidding. I don't think many people actually know that. Mercedes only live 15 minutes away from the Silverstone circuit. How far away from the Silverstone circuit do you live? Right now, about an hour and a half away from the circuit. Like I say, I used to live in the Silverstone village. I used to run past Silverstone practically most days. I used to live with old Lucas Blakely. We would go on runnings together. The track. Like I say, I've tested here. I almost raced here in 2021 doing the Walter Haynes Trophy. I raced here in 2019 doing a 24-hour endurance race. That was great fun. Beautiful apex there. Super close to the white line on the exit. Right, we're hunting down Alonso next lap. We should be on the back of him. If not this lap. Beautiful exit. This might even be a purple sector 1. No, it's not going to be. We're going to run out of straight line speed before we get to the sector line. But in terms of cornering speed, that was the best sector 1, I think, of the race. Nice exit. Half a second away from the 2-time Formula 1 world champion. Oh, so close. The car was understeering in the middle of Copse Corner towards that white line. Right now in the dirty air. You can see changing my line to try and avoid the slip and sliding of the front tyres here. Flying down. 6 tenths away. Down into 4th. Oh, that was so good on the final corner. Committed through turn 1, turn 2, even on the overtake button. We can't get down the inside just yet, so we're going to try and set up the best exit we possibly can. Alonso makes a mistake. We're all over the back of him. Come on, deploy the battery. Is he going to go defensive? He is going to go defensive. He has to go around the outside. Wheel touching down the straight into Brooklands. Around the outside. Down to 4th gear. Can we hang around the outside? Swerving away from the traction. We can. Bit more oversteer. Side by side with Alonso in to left field. Let the car run back to the apex. Hard back on the power. And that has moved on into P5 here in the Silverstone GP. 1 lap to go. 1 second to Carlos Sainz. One real opportunity to get this move done. I don't think it's quite going to be a win, but I'll take getting past Carlos Sainz if we can. We're going to give it everything. Hard back on the power, 1.1 seconds. Oh, look at him, he's so fast down the straight at the moment. Fernando is even closing us down the straight. Right, 1.3. Let's see what we can do. Drift the car in. The AI traditionally become very fast in the final lap of the race. Oh, that was so close to track limits. 1.2 still. We're going to give it everything. Even trying different lines now. Just desperately trying to hunt down Carlos Sainz. Lovely into the apex. Down to third. Everything is still possible. Point battery. We're definitely pulling away from Alonso. But the AI is still faster than me down the straight. Looks like they're using up the rest of their battery. Possibly they've been saving up for the race. We haven't had that luxury. We've been fighting the whole time. Alonso's starting to close up to us. So are we going to be under threat on this final lap? Are we going to go from attacking to being attacked? We might well have that job to defend. Big oversteer onto the back straight. Deploying our battery. Alonso is closing on us. And we're going to have to go defensive into the final few corners. Yes, we are. We're going to hold the inside line down to 4th gear. The car's going to understeer as we're approaching at a tighter radius. Deploying battery on the exit. Fernando's closing. We're going to go defensive. We're going to try and go around or outside. We have to get the car to the apex. We do. Alonso doesn't have enough grip to go around the outside there. Through the final corner. And we are going to be coming home in P5 at the Silverstone Grand Prix. Last to first challenge. 110% AI. Default setup. No practice beforehand. So going from last to 5th. I'll take that. I'm getting driver of the day as well. Like I say, who do you think is going to win the Silverstone Grand Prix this weekend? Post in the comments below. And thank you so much for watching. And I'll catch you on the next video. Guys, it was actually ciao, ciao. Bye, bye.